Hello friends. Here's day 2 of my rideshare experience. So I spent all day today trying to get my car all squared away. So I went to Lyft today and started to pass inspection. All of a sudden my reverse lights weren't working. So I had to go to an auto repair shop or auto supply shop, AutoZone. Got the light bulbs. As I'm replacing light bulbs, it looks like one of the connections was missing. So I had to drive across town from Portland all the way over to the other side of Portland to a dealer to get the connection. Then I go all the way back to Lyft, which is downtown Portland, to get certified. Then I went to Uber to get my car inspected. I had a rock chip, and the rock chip didn't pass, so I had to go get the rock chip fixed, and then go back to Uber, and it passed, thank goodness. Now I'm here at Car Toys, and my cigarette lighter to charge all the phone and stuff wasn't working, so I had to pay $100 to get a new one, so I could have 2 outlets working. So long day, didn't get anything done. Still have to get my car smogged. Kind of interesting the difference between Uber and Lyft. Uber was kind of high scale in a nice like strip mall kind of Portland, and Lyft was kind of like in a almost like a warehouse and just really bare minimum. So it's kind of interesting how Lyft is kind of more high scale, I thought, but anyways. But both were friendly and fast once you got into it. But just the local offices were kind of weird. One was like really high scale, plush, so to speak, and Lyft was kind of like just fold up, tables, and the lot parking was terrible. Both of them were terrible because they're in Portland. There's no parking, but we'll see how it goes. So I spent like $50 for fixing my rock chip and $100 for my cigarette lighter today, and I filled my car up, and that was like $38. So I'm still trying to make money. Got my Lyft stickers, waiting for my Uber stickers to come in. They didn't have them, so I just gotta go and take a test. I wonder if I do it twice, because you usually gotta do it for Lyft and Uber, but you gotta take like a test for the city of Portland. Oh, I should show you when I get back. I'll show you the little gifts they gave me that is required by the city of Portland to acquire. You gotta have like a fire extinguisher and a camera holder, cell phone holder, and a first aid kit. So I got both those. Uber gave me a nice little goodie bag. Lyft didn't give me any goodie bag. Let's go. Here you go. Here's your stickers. Also, my car, I do have kind of second regrets on it. Bought it for $4,000, and it's really caused me some headaches just to get it certified for this. So I've learned a lot on when you go buy a car. Do your due diligence and check everything before you buy it. Some things I just should have known better. But the brakes I got to fix. The rotors, I had the brakes inspected this morning, and the rotors are warped or cut or something like that. So the good news, the brake pads are good, the rotors are bad. So brakes fine stuff, but it just shakes really bad when you're on the freeway when you're braking. So I gotta get that fixed tomorrow. Then I have to go get my car DEQ'd. So more money down the drain before I can start making money. So with all this, it's gonna cost me like getting everything fixed, $4,500 for that car. When you guys buy a used car, make sure the tires are good. I had to get tires. That's nothing. I had to get tires, 2 front tires. I bought 2 used tires for my car, and I took them to Lyft, and they said, "Oh, you just barely made it. They're 4:10 or 5:30 seconds." So my advice is make sure you get a car that has really good tires, and negotiate it that, hey, this has bad tires. I need to knock it off $400 or $500 or something like that. Keep that in mind. That's probably one of the biggest lessons. The second is, do your inspection. Make sure all the lights work, the reverse lights, the cigarette holder things work, windshield wipers, no rock chips. I mean, I didn't see the rock chip. I didn't really pay attention to it. Didn't know that was a big deal for Uber. Lyft was fine. Reverse lights didn't work. Do all that stuff. That's my recommendation. It'll save you a little bit of headache. But we'll see. talked to a real good, nice Uber driver today, and he told me, kind of what to expect. So that was nice. I think that's about it. Um, Uber on, Lyft on. Uber and Lyft. I think that's Lyft, LTU. I don't know. I mean, it's this way. Probably should figure that out when I watch this. But anyways, until now, yeah, that should be right. Yeah, that should be a Lyft. Okay. Now, what did I look into here? I must have to look into here. So I'm looking right at the screen, but I'm not really looking at you guys. So I need to look at the camera. So it looks like I'm looking at it. Okay. So this is basically day 2 of me trying to get Uberfied and Lyftified. So the only thing I'm waiting on is my background check. Once I get my background check and I pass the test, then I am free to drive. It was interesting when I was talking to a guy today. He basically runs like 4 devices. He runs one for Uber, one for Lyft, and then he has like another one that like tracks, like you can track as a customer. Then he has like a backup one through the we call it the car for like looking for flight schedules and stuff like that. So I'm gonna probably use one to start with, maybe 2. I do have a tab I can use, but it's pretty interesting the different techniques that he uses for the rideshare. Something else he told me was kind of interesting. Maximizing his time is, since he runs Uber and Lyft, there's like a minute or 2 before he arrives at his destination, he starts up the Lyft app, so it's running. So if it comes up while in that last 2 minutes, he can accept it and then be on his way basically, and then keep going that way. Close out the Uber app and move on. So I thought that was kind of a unique idea. Instead of just waiting until you're in, you just start it while you're almost done. So he said just make sure you do it when you're stopped. Don't want to do anything when you're driving. Oh, I spent something else today. It's pretty cool. It was $25. I got a new phone mount that's magnetic, and I'll show you a picture later in a second. But I wanted to put it on my dashboard, but it kept on slipping off. I have this Note 5, and it's pretty heavy. It weighs like 10 pounds. Exaggerating, but it's pretty heavy. And the weight kept on coming off the dashboard, so I had to put it on the windshield, which is okay. But it's so much better than having the cradle, because you don't have to keep on pushing the button to do it. So that's one recommendation I would do, is get the magnet one, and I could show you what it looks like. They have one here. I'm gonna buy it, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, well, I'll show it to you when I get in my my HHR and get home. Anyways, this is David, the new Uber and Lyft driver, and I'll let you know what happens next on version 3. So we'll go from there. Thank you. Bye.